This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Mother and the child among four shot in St. Andrew. Members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force are now at a crime scene on Hillary Avenue just off Red Hills Road in St. Andrew, where four people were shot, including a mother and a child. The mom and her child were passengers in a taxi when the gun attack occurred on Wednesday morning. Two of the victims, including the taxi driver, have since died. The mother and the child have been hospitalized. The police have not yet established a motive for the gun attack, which occurred at about 8:30 a.m. Wednesday. Body of woman found in Manchester identified. The woman whose body was found with the hands and the feet bound in Greenville, Manchester, has been identified. She is 45-year-old Paula Saunders of a Greenville address. No motive has been established and no suspect identified. Residents stumbled upon the body about 8:50 Tuesday morning and summoned the police. The body was found with its hands and feet bound and covered with pieces of log. The scene was processed and the body was removed to the morgue. Investigations are ongoing. Jamaican fugitive killed in Costa Rica. It has been confirmed that Jamaican fugitive who was wanted for murder in St. James was himself killed in Costa Rica. The St. James police say they have been informed by the Costa Rican authorities that the Mayor Brown was killed on February 11. Investigators say his death has ended their probe of the fatal shooting of Roger Man Atkins in St. James on March 29, 2018. The police had issued an arrest warrant for Mr. Brown in connection with the case. He was also wanted for the 2019 murder of 45-year-old Alan Walters in Hendon, Norwood, St. James. Mr. Walters and another man were shot on March 10, 2019. The man survived. Investigators say Mr. Brown subsequently fled Jamaica. Paternity leave coming, maternity leave to be extended. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark has announced that paternity leave for fathers of newborns is to be introduced in the public sector, while maternity leave is to be extended. Maternity leave will move from 40 days to 3 calendar months. Speaking at a media briefing on Tuesday afternoon, the finance minister said public sector workers who are adoptive parents will also benefit from family leave. All of these are components of total compensation, he said, noting that the changes are part of the public sector compensation review program. Under Jamaica's Maternity Act, workers can get up to 3 months of maternity leave, but will only get paid for 2 months. But Dr. Clark said the government intends to update the Public Service Staff Orders of 2004 to reflect the announced changes. Circulars outlining the new benefits will be issued by September 30. Dr. Clark also announced that low-income earners in the public sector will be receiving assistance with back-to-school expenses. He said the details of the targeted support program will be announced shortly. NWA constructs a bypass for Craigmill Bridge in Portland. The National Works Agency is now undertaking work in the Buff Bay area of Portland in order to make the commute of several residents more assured. The agency is constructing a detour for the now-closed Craigmill Bridge that leads to the communities of Whitehall and Belvedere. The work, which commenced at the end of June, are meant to provide a more viable solution than the fording that has been in place since the closure of the bridge. The temporary ford that has been in existence to date has proven challenging for the residents, especially when it rains. Manager of Communication and Customer Services at the NWA, Stephen Shaw, says that the current works will include the laying of culvert pipes and the use of boulders to create a high ford. This feature will make the detour more resilient, thus making the road available when there is normal rainfall that may cause minimal flooding. Shaw says that additional mitigation measures will be employed in the form of a gabion wall and that the road will be completed using Portland cement-based concrete as the final surface. The project, which is scheduled to be completed at the end of August, is valued at just over $14 million. 2 persons murdered in St. Elizabeth. Two persons were murdered in separate incidents in St. Elizabeth on Tuesday. 57-year-old Carmen Wellington, a singer of Burnt Savannah, was shot dead by gunmen at her home on Tuesday night. It is reported that about 8:45 men arrived at Miss Wellington's home in a white Toyota Axio and shot her shortly afterwards. The shooting took place during a power outage in the area. That death followed the killing of Tyrone Morgan earlier in the day. The body of 31-year-old Morgan, a resident of Comapen, was found about 6 a.m. Churches to pray for Jamaica amid bloodletting. The umbrella groups of churches says the present levels of crime and violence in the country, particularly the high numbers of murders, are wholly unacceptable to the church and all law-abiding citizens of this nation. The JUGC, in a statement on Wednesday, said it stands firmly against all forms of crime and violence and has resolved to provide solutions which will help to transform communities into safe spaces of peace, harmony, and unity. The JUGC will therefore engage all churches in a time of prayer for the nation on Saturday and Sunday, July 30 and 31, 2022. Church leaders will be asked to insert into the regular schedule of worship a period of prayer beginning at 10:30 a.m. The congregations will be led in offering prayers for the return of peace to our troubled communities, the restoration of respect among our people, and the renewal of love in the nation through prayers for the victims of violent crimes, the agencies and the institutions which provide support, the justice system, and the government, the statement reads. In addition, the JUGC said it recognized the widespread need for the churches to be places to which people can go to get relief, solace, and strength. Therefore, the JUGC promotes the sanctuaries of churches as places of prayer and peace, which will be available and accessible to all those who are distressed, disturbed, and downhearted. JUGC invites these persons to come for assistance to find peace, forgiveness, healing, and wholeness through prayer, a listening ear, and a wide range of other forms of support, the JUGC said. Almost 1,000 turn up for jobs at the Sangster International. 15 companies operating at the Sangster International Airport will soon benefit from an influx of new workers following a recruitment fair Tuesday by MBJ Airports Limited, which operates the airport. The recruitment fair, which saw close to 1,000 job seekers lining up in the airport departure concourse on Tuesday morning, is MBJ's way of filling hundreds of job positions which have been vacant since the airport reopened amid the novel coronavirus pandemic, said Sharon Hislop Holt, the company's manager of commercial business development and marketing. While we have had people coming back to work, we are not at 100% capacity. So we are aware that there is a need for more staffing at the airport and coordinated this job fair in partnership with our stakeholders here at the airport. So far, we have 950 persons registered, Hislop Holt told the news on Tuesday. She noted that anxious job seekers started to flock the airport grounds as early as 6:30 a.m. as they patiently waited for the opportunity to land a job with the various companies. This, she pointed out, was a major success for the airport as it seeks to employ suitable candidates to continue providing quality service to passengers coming in and out of the country. The hope is that at the end of today, each company will have individuals who they see available to fit some positions that are vacant, and as we go through the summer period, they will be employed to these companies at the airport for a smoother operation. We will benefit from more people being employed to these companies as they will be able to process the passengers more efficiently, Hislop Holt said. Operations Manager of Port Security Corps Limited, Arthur Adlam, told the news that this job fair was well needed as the security agency has been attempting to recruit suitable candidates for several months. This job fair that was put on by the MBJ is an excellent initiative. I think most of the entities at the airport right now are without the required amount of staff, hence the need for this initiative. The turnout has been really good. We are just hopeful that at the end of the day, all the entities and the airport by extension realizes its ambition in terms of getting staff. We have an airport that is oftentimes bursting at the seams, so we need the workers, Adlam explained. The operations manager continued. We have been doing recruitment for some time, but one of the things is that we are in a competitive environment. We are competing in an environment where there are BPOs and a hotel sector that is very vibrant, so sometimes the people believe that they can get more from these sectors. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.